Hi everybody, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I want to show you how to easily convert a finished chain necklace into a delicate little bracelet. So it's easier usually to find necklaces that are done, which means they've already got their clasp attached and all the jump rings. They're a set piece of jewelry. So it's easier to find those than bracelets, but bracelets are really great. They're very popular, and especially very delicate ones as well. So I want to show you how to turn a finished chain necklace into a delicate bracelet. So you'll need your chain necklace. It can be any length because you're going to cut it down in size. You're going to need a focal. I'm going to use a 5mm Prestige Bicone in Pacific Opal. I love this color. And then I've got a head pin to use as my wire. You can go ahead and use a length of wire though instead if you have it. I'm always liking to use what I have on hand. So one little quick disclaimer is I've actually already cut this necklace. This was a finished necklace. I used it for another project and I cut it in half and put a focal on it that way, but I'm repurposing it now because I do like to repurpose and not waste. So this was complete. It was just connected right there and I snipped it in the middle. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your necklace and you can snip it in the middle if you want. That is one way of doing it. So you just end up with a nice big length. And then you've got that clasp set in the middle. So here it's nice because the work is already done for you. You have a clasp, it's secure, it's nicely attached, everything's the right size. You didn't have to order separate pieces, so that's nice. And then what you're going to do is you're going to figure out how big you want your bracelet to be. About 7 inches is pretty common. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little focal, which will add about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch. But I've got my ruler and I've got it right here. So let's say that the focal is going to add about 1/2 an inch. I want a 7-inch bracelet in total. So I'll want 6.5 inches, which is right there. And what you're going to do is you're going to place the clasp in the middle so that that's going to be in the center of your bracelet. So 6.5 divided by 2 is 3.25. So right about there. And then you're just going to take your cutters and you're going to snip both ends of it. There's one. And there's one. So now you've got the clasp in the center and you've got leftover chain. Do not toss it, reuse it. You can use it for earrings. You can make another bracelet. You could do lots of projects with it. You could also, I was thinking of doing this for a different project. You could double it up so you have 2 lengths of chain on each side of your bracelet. That would be an option too. But I love this. This is just nice loose chain now that you can use for another project. All right, so you've got your clasp in the middle. Got your 2 even lengths of chain. Now you just need to make your focal to bring them together. What I'm going to do is a really simple focal because this is a delicate bracelet. I've got my head pin. I am going to snip off the head, just like so. And I'm going to create a loop. And I've got my wire looping pliers. So right about 3/4 of an inch down, I'm going to make a little loop like so. So it crisscrossed. Now what I want to do is I want to open up that loop and I'm going to slide one end of my chain onto it. So there's our nice links. I'm just putting the last link on it. Close it up a little bit more, and then I'm going to do a couple wraps. So this is going to make it so it's not going to come off because bracelets get a lot of wear and tear. So you're going to want this to be nice and secure. So I would use a wrapped wire loop in this case, unless you have a really thick gauge wire that you're doing this with. So I got my wrappings done, and I'm going to trim my tail. And I'm going to catch it with my finger. There we go. That's trimmed off. Going to take my pliers, push it in a little bit so there's no rough ends. And that is nice and secure. Now I'm going to take my bead, and you could do 1, you could do 2, you could do 3, whatever you like. I really just want to do 1. I want a very, very delicate little bracelet. So now on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go right where that bead exits, or not where the bead exits, where the wire exits from the bead. Going to make a little loop. Just like so. Now I'm going to open that loop up a little so that I can slide the other end of my chain onto it. There we go. Slide it so it goes into the loop. Close that loop up and make your wrappings. Okay, so I've got a couple wrappings there. Trim your tail. Tuck in your wire. And there you go. You have just made a very nice, delicate little bracelet that you converted from a finished chain necklace. If you enjoyed this tip and quick little beading jewelry making idea, please do check out our other ones over at beadaholic.com and on this YouTube channel. Thanks, everyone.